Tonight, I am honored to present awards to 4 heroes who have faithfully committed their lives to pro-life service. The success of Texas Right to Life depends on charitable people to dedicate their time, talent, and treasures. What better way to celebrate life than to honor 4 big-hearted people who have accomplished extraordinary feats for the pro-life cause. Native Canadians, Marion Bell, you're right here in front so everyone can see how pretty you are. Okay. Native Canadians Marion Bell and her dearly departed sister Phyllis found themselves in Houston with Phyllis practicing law and Marion practicing social work, and also becoming fast friends with our beloved Dr. Graham and his family. Marion served on the board of Texas Right to Life in the 90s, and into this millennium, when Texas Right to Life was transitioning from intellectuals to professional activists, and Marion was well suited for and capable of both roles. She faithfully attended numerous board meetings and cast difficult votes, even against dissenters, to protect the integrity of the organization and to architect our future expansion. Her commitment and loyalty fostered growth so that Texas Right to Life is now 30 times larger than when Marion accepted her first governance role. She and her sister Phyllis even traveled to Dallas in 1999 for Texas Right to Life's first event with then Governor Bush. And they encouraged him to clear the logjam in the legislature so that the first ever parental notification law would pass, and it did just 2 weeks later. No, we're not finished yet. What truly set Marion apart, though, was her understanding that we could not save lives if we could not pay the rent. Marion clearly recognized the organization's need for financial support, and she invested tremendously to ensure that our flame for life was never extinguished. For years, Marion donated more than any other person in Texas to Texas Right to Life. By no means, it's true. By no means is Marion the richest Texan, but she may be the most generous Canadian, never asking for anything in return except to remain anonymous, and we have respected that until this very moment. So, Miss Marion, we recognize the integral role of this 95 years young, faithful steward in supporting the body of Christ and all his works. And with love and pride, Miss Marion, we are proud to offer you Texas Right to Life's first ever Faithful Steward Award. Another very special lady. Ruby, are you ready? All right. Ruby Zimmerman has worked in the pro-life movement for decades. She worked closely alongside Patty Ruth Lindbeck, a founder of Texas Right to Life, at our Houston chapter in the 70s. Much later, we were fortunate to inherit Ruby from Houston Right to Life in 1996. Ruby is a native Texan, the proud mother of 3 sons, and Jim is here with us tonight. And she says she's quite blessed by her grandchildren, her great-grandchildren, and her great-great-grandchildren. When Ruby worked at an answering service for doctors, one call from a patient changed her life. The patient was screaming in pain and anguish after her abortion because the baby was delivered at home. Ruby then realized the horror of abortion and committed herself to the pro-life cause, first as a donor, then as a volunteer, and later as our receptionist for over 20 years now. This is the sweet face behind the voice you hear when you call Texas Right to Life. And if you've ever received a piece of mail from Texas Right to Life, Ruby is sure to have been the one to carefully sort, fold, seal, and stamp, and mail that letter to you, praying for each and every one of you by name as she assembled your envelope. It's true. It's true. On the very rare occasion of Ruby's absence, three young ladies in the office have trouble matching her pace. Her stamina is rivaled only by her love of people. Approaching her 88th birthday, she encourages her peers to stay involved and to pray vigorously, ever reminding us that God gave us time on earth to be used for his service. Ruby Zimmerman is a shining example of time well used and a life well lived in the service of others, in the service of God, and in the service of the pro-life movement. My life and the lives of everyone at Texas Right to Life have been deeply enriched and immeasurably blessed by the gift of Ruby. Ruby, we recognize your lifetime of service to the pro-life movement with our 2016 Lifetime Achievement Award. Another pro-life champ and one of the bravest women in America is Sandra Merritt, who dared to expose the lie that the abortion industry cares about women. Through her courageous investigative work at the Center for Medical Progress, the world was given an unprecedented look behind the most violent business in America, Planned Parenthood. During the ongoing harassment and legal battles following the undercover videos, Sandra's daughters, Sarah and Michelle, have been her rock. While pregnant, Sandra even rejected invasive testing when doctors told her that Michelle may have a disability. Well, Michelle was born perfectly healthy and has grown into a strong pro-life advocate of her own, following in Sandra's footsteps. When Sandra answered the call to protect life in the precarious and most unorthodox role as a citizen journalist, she did not hesitate. Continually stunned by the callousness of the abortion executives as well as the horrors uncovered by the Center for Medical Progress, she was still unafraid to meet with abortionists, executives, and criminals, all while concealing her identity and a hidden camera. She faces bogus indictments, ongoing legal challenges, threats, and hate mail. Is that true?
Only in Texas.
Yes. Because of Sandra's work, our advocates in the Texas legislature, many of whom you've already met tonight, are further galvanized to defund Planned Parenthood once and for all in the upcoming 85th session of the Texas legislature. The media... If November goes our way, we'll be calling on you guys in Congress to do the same. The media has been forced to discuss the videos and the taboo contents, drawing attention to Texas Right to Life's work, and we are forever indebted. And therefore, we are proud to present Sandra Merritt with Texas Right to Life's 2016 Defender of Life Award. Our fourth and final award marks a real David and Goliath journey. David Daleiden founded the Center for Medical Progress in 2013 and rocked the nation with a 13-part video series entitled Human Capital. The inconvenient truth in the videos by the Center for Medical Progress is that the abortion industry profits not only from the death of children, but also from the sale of the tiny body parts of these aborted lambs.
You know, in negotiations, the person who throws out the figure first is at a loss, right?
Alter a process, and we are able to obtain intact fetal cadavers. It's all just a matter of line items.
Undercover video with a Planned Parenthood research director in Texas talking about extracting intact fetus cadavers and body parts from abortions.
What happened today was totally unexpected. A Republican prosecutor in Texas put these videos in front of a grand jury, and instead of an indictment against Planned Parenthood, the people who made the videos are now facing the possibility of years in prison.
This means that a political prosecutor has injected herself in a very serious issue about whether or not Planned Parenthood was profiting from the abortion of babies by selling body parts.
I just cannot see with this conflict of interest and the collusion in this particular case.
Buying fetal tissue, which he's accused of doing, also requires a seller.
So does this sound like a political hit job, or what is this?
Absolutely, this is a political hit job.
Every day that goes by that the Texas authorities do not prosecute Planned Parenthood for their illegal trade in baby parts, they are sending a message to the entire country that the state of Texas right now is open for business in baby body parts.
The sting videos confirmed what most pro-lifers suspected but found too tragic to voice. On film, Sandra and David met with some of the most powerful abortion executives in the nation. How would you like that to be your title? Most powerful abortion executive in the nation. They proudly and openly discuss the women and children in their talons as little more than sales goals. David filmed behind the closed doors of the largest abortion mill in the Western Hemisphere, which is just 3 miles south of where we are now gathered. He showed the haunting images of the preborn children who were dismembered for saleable parts, while these abortion executives callously joked and paraded the day's take, boasting about the monetary value of human eyes and brain tissue. The expose videos from the Center for Medical Progress inspired public outrage, a new wave of activism, national days of protesting Planned Parenthood, and a congressional investigation. In the year since the release of the videos, David successfully fought and beat one trumped-up legal challenge after another due to his very capable legal team, who is also here this evening. In the year... The local Harris County District Attorney, Devin Anderson, and her staff turned the legal tables to ignore and exonerate Planned Parenthood while manipulating a grand jury to indict David. David remains undaunted. He will not be silenced or intimidated. He will not stop defending life. He is a testament to what our beloved founder, Dr. Joseph Graham, knew about Texas Right to Life's college program when we started the fellowship. Dr. Graham taught tirelessly so that the hearts and minds of his students would be pierced with the truth and the truth about life. David is part of the new generation, unafraid of persecution. Clearly, he's unafraid of prosecution, too, for speaking the truth about life. We will never know the number of lives he saved with his work at the Center for Medical Progress, but we can be sure that the impact is undeniable and will be felt for years to come. David, we are so proud of you. On behalf of Texas Right to Life, we present you with 2016 Defender of Life Award. Thank you so much for your work.